Joining me now is Florida Republican Greg Steube from House Judiciary. Greg, we're so grateful, Congressman, to have you back on. Okay, the questions about the computer hard drive with Hunter, it's good to see you. The questions are growing over the validity of the Hunter Biden emails, questions about where that hard drive came from. Critics are warning this New York Post story is still unverified, but the Senate GOP came out with a report about Hunter Biden allegedly selling influence with his father overseas. When you saw these headlines, I mean, should there, of course, fact check. Journalists should get to the bottom of it. Senate Homeland Security is doing so too. Do you believe the Hunter Biden emails are true?
Well, if they're not, Hunter Biden and the Biden campaign certainly hasn't said anything that's not his valid email address, that correspondence between him and Burisma didn't occur. And clearly it's his laptop because there's explicit videos of him and pictures of him in precarious positions. So it's obviously his laptop that he left there. What I want to know is, when was that individual turned that laptop over to the FBI? What happened to the original laptop? Thank God there was a copy of that device that was made, so that now we're getting to the truth of what we've all known for a very long time, that the vice president's son, while he was vice president, was making millions and millions of dollars off the vice president's connections in Ukraine. And then we also know the reports that we've seen from China. So I would love to get down to the bottom of this. And as of this point, until we see evidence otherwise, I certainly take it as being factual.
You know, it would have mattered. I think 19 House Republicans are asking the FBI, did you have that hard drive? Did you have the laptop? Because it would have mattered in the impeachment proceedings, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we as Republicans asked for a whole list of individuals to come and testify before the committee that we never got to question. There's all sorts of information out there that's now slowly being declassified. I wish it was declassified months ago, that we're finding out about all of the things that the Biden-Obama campaign, well, the Biden-Obama administration did against the Trump campaign, and investigating them and investigating Flynn for no reason. I mean, the atrocities go on here, and this is starting to become criminal. If the vice president at the time was involved in peddling for his son to the tune of millions of dollars, that's criminal. You can't use your public position to bode millions of dollars to your family members.
And, you know, also the anti-Trump Steele dossier, journalists should have been asking the same questions about its validity before they started, you know, reporting it as fact in their stories. When you look at, you know, the New York Times reporting U.S. intelligence analysts say Russia could have hacked emails from Ukraine's Burisma. The Washington Post reporting U.S. intelligence community warning that Russian intelligence is targeting Rudy Giuliani with misinformation about Joe Biden. Are you concerned about that? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, if they made a copy of the hard drive, then there wasn't any hacking involved. It actually came from Hunter Biden's alleged laptop. And if the FBI, which we've been told has the laptop, let's do a diagnostic on that. I would love to know what happened to that. Or did that become another laptop like Hillary Clinton's email server that they whitewashed before they handed it over to the FBI? So those are questions that we all have. Unfortunately, we're in the minority in the House, and we can't subpoena these individuals. We can't get this information. But I certainly call on the Attorney General to research and to investigate this information, because if it is true, if the vice president, the sitting vice president, was using his influence as the vice president of the United States to get his son's millions of dollars in these different positions, that's a violation of ethical obligations, a violation of the law.
You know, new emails, by the way, there might be like something like 40,000 emails and text messages on that laptop and thousands of images. We're going to stay on the story. New emails allegedly show an official with the Ukrainian energy firm that had hired Hunter Biden for $83,000 a month, emailing Hunter in November 2015, demanding meetings with high-ranking U.S. officials, saying they should show their support for Burisma, help to close down and end these investigations against Burisma's owner. That's what Tucker Carlson reported last night. I mean, when you hear the Biden campaign say, listen, his official calendar didn't show any of these meetings, Biden's official calendar didn't also show meetings with, as Politico has reported, with Chinese officials working with Hunter Biden. That wasn't in Joe Biden's official calendar. Hours and hours of blank spaces where Joe Biden could conceivably have been meeting with these officials. You didn't see the Oval Office meeting with President Obama and Joe Biden talking about what to do with General Michael Flynn either in January 2017.
Yeah, of course not. Of course they wouldn't be on his official calendar, but we know that Biden, because he's on tape bragging about the fact that he got the prosecutor that was investigating Burisma fired. We all know that that's a fact, and he did that on live television. So there's certainly a lot of evidence here that purports that there was a lot of wrongdoing going on in the Obama-Biden administration, and we now have evidence of correspondence that Biden himself has denied knowing anything about his son's dealings with Burisma.
Final quick question. Why is a vice president of the United States getting involved with the prosecution of a local official, a local prosecutor in Ukraine? Why is any vice president doing that?
Well, I think any reasonable deductive reasoning would lead you to believe that they didn't want that the company that his son was on the board for, they wanted that prosecutor gone so that that prosecutor wouldn't be investigating the board that his son was on. Any reasonable deductive thinking would lead you to that conclusion.
All right, Congressman, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Come back soon, okay?